match. Heroes will rise, and champions will be crowned. NWA RockyTop presents the Night of Champions. Brad Thomas versus John Noble for the X Division Championship. The Goldens versus the Turbinators in a grudge match for America's honor. The Midnight Express versus Tracy Smothers and Ricky Morton for the NWA RockyTop Tag Team Championship. And Dr. Tom Pritchard versus Jimmy Golden for the NWA RockyTop Tennessee Championship. The NWA RockyTop Night of Champions begins now.
And you see Thorne coming to the ring at this time. This is a young man who's already shown early on that if given an open door, if given a crack, he can take advantage.
No doubt about that, Tony Basilio. Thorne, a tremendous competitor, coming to us at about 230 pounds from Atlanta, Georgia. And Thorne is quite an innovative wrestler. I mean, I've seen him utilize some very unique holds. You could tell this young man, though he doesn't wrestle on the proper side of the rule book, if you will, certainly can, if he wants to, be very, very fundamentally sound. And it looks as though Filthy Rich Cavana is coming out to ringside with him, Tony.
Well, Filthy Rich Cavana's got mental problems, first of all. But I will say this about both these guys. They're both excellent technical wrestlers. And you wonder what a guy like that young man could do if he got on the right side of the book, as you say. I think this guy could be an excellent wrestler. Oh.
Filthy Rich Cavana and Thorne certainly not endearing themselves to the crowd here in Knoxville.
Filthy Rich Cavana with the blue blocker look. Now this young man right here, Sugar Shane Williams, who was just introduced, is a guy that I think is a real rising star. And there's a lot of rising stars in this federation, but this guy right here it will be a household name in the world of professional wrestling before it's over.
Very, very bright future, no doubt about that, ahead of Shane Williams here in NWA RockyTop. The crowd here in Kingsport responding very positively to this young man as he's making his way around ringside. And we've got a great opening contest here for the Night of Legends as Shane Williams is prepared to do battle against Thorne.
There is absolutely no question about it. And these people here in East Tennessee, in Knoxville, Tennessee, love their wrestling. As tonight, this is history right here. These two guys on this huge coming out party for NWA RockyTop, a federation in existence now for a couple of months. Boy, the promoters, the folks involved have to be really encouraged with the crowd that's on hand tonight. And the type of wrestling that we will see this evening will also encourage the crowd that's on hand.
No doubt about that, Tony. And I tell you what, it's been amazing, the wildfire that has spread, not only through Tennessee, as I pause to listen to this great crowd on hand here in Knoxville, but the absolute wildfire that has run throughout Tennessee, throughout the Carolinas, throughout Virginia. Everywhere I go, it doesn't matter whether I'm in North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, all over the place. NWA RockyTop is what people are talking about. This is the #1 rising promotion in the country right now.
Now, Joe Wheeler, you're a humble individual, and you're not going to say this, but I will. You are a noted name in the world of professional wrestling as an announcer. I've told people I'm working with you, and they say, Guy, you're studying with the best, and I believe that. Joe Wheeler, everywhere you go, and you told me this before we started tonight, people are buzzing about this form of wrestling, NWA RockyTop.
No doubt about it, Tony, and you know there's no question. I do travel extensively in the world of wrestling, and it is amazing. I am so excited to be a part of NWA RockyTop. I know everybody in the back is excited to be a part of NWA RockyTop. You know, it's just awesome, the response, the energy, the electricity that's right here in the Expo Center tonight as Shane Williams and Thorne are getting set to do battle. I mean, the energy in this building, Tony, is just off the hook.
And you can feel it right now as Shane Williams with the crowd on his side and in control here early on. But Thorne, a guy, again, you can't take him lightly. Toe hold takedown. and now snaps him down one more time, and working the arm. We already see him going to work on the arm.
Great fundamental technical wrestling there displayed by Shane Williams as he has got Thorne in an armbar position right now. Thorne's been able to make his way back to a vertical base. Going to try to create some separation here. Irish whip into the ropes. Williams ducks under his man right there and caught him right back into that arm drag takeover. Shane Williams sticking to a very fundamental and very sound strategy at this point.
And the arm drag takedown again is a move that a guy like him who knows what he's doing in the ring can execute and make it look pretty easy. As now you see Thorne trying to get the break. Doesn't, whips him into the rope as he's able to step over. And now Thorne again, one more time, is taken off his feet with the arm drag takedown. And you see early on Shane Williams in control.
Shane Williams keeping Thorne on, keeping him grounded at least for the time being with that armbar position. It's a good strategy here, utilizing the techniques of the Anderson brothers back in the day. Pick a body part out, isolate it, and stay focused. Williams just went over right there.
Oh, no.
Right on to filthy Rich Cavana, and that's what Cavana gets for being out at ringside.
Now the question is here in NWA Rocky Top, is that a DQ over the top rope?
I don't think it was intentional. You know, the referee has got a lot of discretion there as far as his call. We got a count and we got a 2 right there on Thorne as Williams right back up, right back into that arm drag. As far as the top rope, Tony, you know, the referees do have a lot of discretion as far as the disqualifications and that type of thing. Apparently he felt like the momentum carried him over, so he didn't see fit to stop the match at that point. You know, the referees have got a really tough job, but they do have a little play as far as discretion in their judgment calls.
Oh, look at that interference from Cavana on the outside. And now Shane Williams is in a world of hurt as he goes up and over one more time. Yamo B there on the big chop. And now look at Cavana over there working him over. Just absolutely all in a chop, and he's working him over. Right on the floor here at the Knoxville Expo Center.
Filthy Rich Cavana taking it to Williams right there. You're right, Tony. That was brutal out there on the floor. You got a 2-on-1 situation here. Shane Williams is fighting both guys. He's got Cavana on the floor. He's got Thorne in the ring. And now Thorne going for this modified surfboard maneuver right here. This is a modified surfboard, and it is excruciatingly painful.
Looked a little bit like a hybrid type camel clutch at first, but then he picks him up off the canvas and gets a 2 count, and that's all he's able to get as Williams is able to kick out and stay alive here early on. Match number 1, NWA Rocky Top Night of the Champions.
We got a long way to go, folks, and it's going to be an incredible ride, I can guarantee you, as this first match is setting a great pace for the rest of the night. Thorne got a 2 count right there on Shane Williams. As Williams is able to kick out, Thorne having a word with referee Thorne here, or Spur here. Williams has got his man rolled up.
Got him wrapped up. Oh, he's got a 5. Look at this. Oh, come on.
Referee was tied up with Rich Cavana right there, and Thorne just exploded on Williams with that big clothesline coming across right there. Williams is fighting 2 men out there, Tony.
He's fighting 2 men, and right now he's in a world of hurt. I'd love to see somebody come out of the back and give this young man a hand, because he has done enough thus far in this match to be victorious. But you see Thorne continue to work the neck region as he gets a warning from Spur, our official here in bout number 1 this evening. There you see Spur giving the business to him, but there goes Cavana one more time as he's prone on the rope, and now he's applying all kinds of torque to the neck region.
Absolutely despicable, as we got a cover and got a 2 count out of it right there. Somehow Sugar Shane Williams was able to kick out of that situation. Filthy Rich Cavana and Thorne operating as a great team here in what's supposed to be a singles contest, as Shane Williams ducked under that clothesline right there, but got caught and driven in a sidewalk slam. This could do it.
And he's able to kick out. So the side block slam, not enough to seal the deal early on here. How much, though, does Shane Williams have in him? In this crowd in East Tennessee, you can hear a few people trying to implore him to get up and continue to fight. They've got to appreciate the effort this guy has given thus far. As you see now, he's sent into the rope, but he's able to block it.
Williams blocked it. He's going into a backslide here, Tony, if he can get him over.
Can he get him over on the backslide? Yes, 1, 2, and no.
2 count only, and did you see how fast Thorne went right back on the attack? If you hate the guy, I can understand it because of his tactics that he utilizes in the ring, but you have to respect his ability as far as what he's doing, right back on his opponent and right back into a reverse chinlock position, wearing his man down. Good wrestling there. Whether you love him or hate him, it's good, sound strategy there, Tony.
And he stays on him with the low base. As he's really starting to hear it from the officials. And Cavanna over here as well, working the people on hand as well. And in NWA Rocky Top, they're not going to stand for rule breakers like this guy, as Williams able to get up and now is able to chop the abdomen, but no, he's thrown back to the canvas one more time. And this, my friends, right now is a match that could go either way.
Oh, either way in the blink of an eye, no doubt about that. Both men top competitors, top-notch young stars, rising young lions here in NWA Rocky Top. And Shane Williams just jacked his jaw right there with that boot. If Thorne's able to even get back to his feet, it's going to be a minor miracle. As Shane Williams now heading for that high-risk area. He's up to that second rope. It looks like he's going for the top as the Rocky Top chant rings through the Expo Center, and Thorne falls back into the rope, taking Williams down.
That's enough to make you want to sing like Michael Jackson, hee, as he feels it there. And now you see one more time, Thorne able to get up there, take one shot, another, and Williams is in a world of hurt. And what's he going to try to do? Is he going to go for a suplex from that second rope? Is he going to try to execute this early on? Yes, he gets him up and over. Imagine the torque and the impact there, the suplex from the second rope.
Superplex executed there. Both men laying prone in the middle of the ring. Both men feeling the impact of that. Though Thorne was the one executing the maneuver, he still took a tremendous amount of punishment when he took that fall to the canvas.
And you have to wonder at this point in the match to go for a move like that. To me, that shows a little bit of the inexperience of Thorne. Why would you want to take all that out of yourself?
Well, that's a great point there, Tony. It just goes to show he's willing to sacrifice himself in order to punish his opponent as they reverse the arm reversal right there into the ropes. And Thorne has got a sleeper hold on Shane Williams right here. He doesn't have it applied very well, Tony, but every minute, every second that he can hold Williams in this move, he's cutting the carotid artery off. He's cutting the blood flow off to the brain, and Shane Williams is slowly crumbling to the canvas.
You can see his face turning blue. As we look at that shot on the close-up, you can see Shane Williams' face turning a lighter shade of pale. What was that group that sung that, Joe Williams? Help me out here. A lighter shade of pale. Come on, Procol Harum back in the day. At any rate, though, it doesn't matter what tune it is, because Williams right now is fighting another song, and that's Get Back on Your Feet, and he's back on his feet again.
Back on his feet and got caught right there, right back into that sleeper hold. Oh, beautiful jawjacker right there by Williams on Thorne as he broke that sleeper hold with a jawjacker. Now is the time. The momentum's turned. Williams has got to make the most of it, and Rich Cavanna running over to help Thorne.
Rich Cavanna saying something into the ear of Thorne. Maybe they're going to try and set Williams up. Who knows? But he's prone against the ropes. Is Thorne as Williams able to work him, but now a reversal as he's whipped into the ring and up and over one more time. But he tries the shoulder blocks him again in the abdomen. Now he's going to roll him up. No, what are they doing here? As he's able to get loose and flying body press.
He nailed him on that one, Tony. If he could get over and get the cover, this could do it. He killed him with that spear. Oh, the referee got pulled out by Rich Cavanna.
That's absolutely ridiculous, Joe Wheeler.
Spur got yanked right out by his ankle there. Filthy Rich Cavanna broke the count. If he hadn't have done that, I guarantee you the match would be over, and we'd be telling you Shane Williams is the winner. He's heading over now. Look out! Rich Cavanna just got what he deserved. Flying cross body block out of the ring to the floor.
Cross body block onto the floor here. There are no pads, ladies and gentlemen. That is concrete that Rich Cavanna just tasted. Not quickcrete, concrete.
These guys are laying it all on the line in the opening contest here, Night of the Champions, NWA Rocky Top style. Beautiful leg lariat right there by Shane Williams as he's got Thorne down. Referee's in, got a 2 count only on that one. But man, oh man, what action, Tony.
He's got to cradle and lock him up here. He could have had the fall if he would have cradled and locked him up. But let's see now as Shane Williams is thrown into the ropes. No reversal on an arm bar. Now rolls him up and over, and only a 2 count again. As you said before, this Thorne guy, we may not like it, but you have to give it to him. As again, he's able to roll out after only a 2 count. Both these guys, several 2 counts tonight, as this match is going to go to the wire.
Back and forth, back and forth. That was a beautiful Oklahoma roll executed by Williams there just a minute ago on Thorne. Thorne with a back elbow on Williams coming into the turnbuckle right there. Oh, power slam took him right out of his boots. Referee's in, got a 2 count. Did you see the impact on that power slam?
You could feel it from over here, and you could see the pain on that young man's face all the way from our vantage point, Joe Wheeler, which I'm going to talk to the folks here at NWA Rocky Top's not exactly the best in the world, but who's complaining? As Williams now is going to go up to the second rope himself, and he's going to get some imploring from the crowd as he now, and you hear the count.
They went to a full count of 10. The crowd here in the Expo Center counting right along with Williams. Williams has got Rich Cavana finally. He's got him. He's going to give him what he deserves, hopefully. No! Cavana was able to turn things around right there, but Williams back on him. That allows Thorne to roll him up. He's got his feet on the ropes, and the referee counted 3. What a robbery. What a robbery. Shane Williams had to fight 2 men out
Unbelievable. The whole night. The whole night. He got no help. Shane Williams may not have won this match, ladies and gentlemen, but he won a lot of fans here tonight. But your victor in match number 1, Thorne, with a little bit of help from his friend, Justin Cavana. Joe Wheeler, I guess you could say the obvious line, a couple of clowns getting ready to do battle here in match number 2 here, NWA Rocky Top Night of the Champions.
Yeah, we're going to have a little fun, kid-friendly matchup here as Doink the Clown taking on Robbie Race in this contest. And man, I'll tell you, it's been years since I've seen Doink, but he doesn't look like he's aged a day, Tony.
One of these clowns has painted his face, the other one's painted his shoulders a little bit. We're ready for action here in match number 2.
They locked up collar and elbow, but for a brief moment as Robbie Ray certainly not endearing himself to this great crowd on hand at the Expo Center as he's locked up collar and elbow with Doink the Clown once again. And neither man gains an advantage on this one, but Race had better be ready because I'm sure Doink has got plenty of tricks up his sleeve tonight.
Doink the Clown, a veteran of the AWA, the NWA, the old WCW, the WWF before it was the whatever it is now. Unbelievable how traveled this guy is. And Robbie Race, who's a youngster in this sport, is going to have his hands full tonight in this one.
Oh, no doubt about that. Doink is full of tricks, that's for sure, as they're preparing to lock up once again. Robbie Race going for a test of strength here. I don't know what he's thinking. Really, Doink is a great scientific wrestler when he wants to be. Very, very fundamental. So Robbie Race is... he's really walking into it on this one, I'm afraid.
In a lot of ways, this guy's a high flyer. We've seen him in years past. You turn your back on him, and anything can happen. You know, the guy looks like a clown. It's hard to say this, okay? And he's dressed like a clown, but he's a great technical wrestler. His wrestling skills are nothing to joke about.
That's very true, Tony. Very true. As you go back into the 1950s, the late great Gorgeous George. He didn't scare his opponents when he came to the ring. He didn't, intimidate them by any means, but he could get the job done in the ring. Very fundamentally sound, as we saw Doink the Clown right there turn things around on Robbie Race real fast, and Robbie Race finds himself on the floor complaining to referee E.L. Wright.
And E.L. Ward is really a good guy, and E.L. Ward's going to have his hands full, man. I feel sorry for him in this circus of a matchup here in match number 2. I mean, in one sense, you've got a clown. In another sense, you've got a guy who I understand's been dating the bearded lady lately. So, who knows? Tony,
I'll tell you, you are the man with the inside information. I tell you, That's way beyond my sources.
I just read the sheets, Joe. I just read the sheets. That's all I do. We come prepared.
That's it, baby. I tell you what, check out NWA RockyTop.com. Go to that message board, man. You can learn all kinds of interesting things there. I have to go there to stay updated on things. So many things are happening so fast here in NWA Rocky Top. Man, what a ride it's been and what a ride it's going to continue to be. As Doink the Clown here has got Robbie Race under control. He's got him in a wrist lock position, applying pressure to that wrist and hand and elbow area of Robbie Race. And Race had better find an escape out of this one, Tom.
Well, Race's extremities, he's already feeling it. You've seen Doink the Clown work him a couple times, and now snaps him over on the takedown and works once again on that left hand. Working him again on that left hand one more time, as now he's going to grab that left hand, whip him into the rope, and give him the big elbow.
Big back elbow going in for a cover here. E.O. Ward got a 2 count out of that one as Doink brings his man back up into a reverse chinlock position. And I keep looking around. You never know where you see Doink, you might see Dink. So you never know what may happen next here in NWA Rocky Top, that's for sure.
I think Dink was out here in that last match dressed like Filthy Rich Cavana, if I'm not sure. But I will tell you this. You already see the technical wrestling skills of Doink the Clown, who just distracted the referee. Now he's raking the face.
Doink can get dirty if he wants to, no doubt about that. I mean, for the most part, he is a fan favorite. The kids all, of course, love him.
You know, Doink the Clown's always reminded me of one of those guys from Killer Clowns in Outer Space, an old B movie back in the late 80s, early 90s, if you've ever seen it. Just when you think he's ready to be friendly to you, he'll squirt you with some flammable liquid or some other foreign substance.
Great point there, Tony. That is so true. You never know what Doink's going to pull next. As he's now biting the fingers of Robbie Race right there. Talk about great ring positioning. He's got the arm in a pump handle type position and biting the fingers. There he goes, gnawing on him again as referee E.L. Ward trying to get around there, trying to keep an eye on what this character's up to.
Yeah, he's not exactly kissing his fingers. He's not exactly proposing. He's biting those fingers, and now he just slams him one more time on that elbow. And it's all about working that left arm right now with Doink the Clown, who whips Race in one more time. Now a hip toss takes him over, and he remains in control in this match. Match number 2, NWA Rocky Top Night of the Champions. Several great matches tonight on the card. Later on tonight, we're going to see Dr. Tom Pritchard and Jimmy Golden as they go for the heavyweight championship. The Midnight Express versus Morton and Smothers for the tag team championship. In what ought to be an unreal match coming up. Personally, the one that I'm really looking forward to, we're going to see one John Noble, and say it, Joe Wheeler, a real up-and-comer tonight in that X division.
Brad Thomas, I tell you what, Tony, you took the words right out of my mouth. Don't think for a minute. I'm not looking forward to Pritchard.
All of them. All of them.
That's going to be a fight. The tag team match with Morton, Smothers, and the Midnights, that's going to be a war. But the X division match with Noble and Thomas, Tony, I don't know if we're going to even be able to try to keep up with that. As fast-paced as that match is going to be, it is going to be absolutely incredible. Top to bottom, NWA Rocky Top style, man. I tell you what, it's the place to be. Whether you're in Knoxville, whether you're down in Kingsport, Johnson City, Bristol, no matter where you're joining us from on the World Wide Web, man, NWA Rocky Top's the place.
You've been around the sport a long time. Have you ever seen Jimmy Golden as worked up as he was tonight when we interviewed him before tonight's Night of Champions?
Absolutely not, Tony. I tell you, not only the feeling out here in the arena, the feeling in the back, it is pure electric. Everyone is pumped up. Everyone is geared up. This is absolutely a historic night, not only for NWA Rocky Top, it's a historic night for the world of wrestling, not only in Knoxville, throughout Tennessee, throughout the Carolinas, the whole Mid-Atlantic region. Everybody's looking at Knoxville, Tennessee tonight at the Expo Center because this is a place that history is happening and history is being made with NWA Rocky Top. And you could feel it. I could feel it the minute I rolled into the parking lot and I saw Ricky Morton and Brad Thomas getting out of their car in the parking lot. They turned around and they smiled at me and they said, "Are you ready?" And I said, "I am. Are you guys ready?" And they were, and everybody is ready for tonight.
And you could sense it too from the long lines outside. You know, we really didn't know what to expect crowd-wise tonight. When I rolled up to the Expo Center this evening, the line, the wait outside had to be 20, 25 minutes or so for people waiting to get in here to get tickets. And you can see why here. 1.5 matches in here to our Night of the Champions. You can already see we've got a hot one going here tonight in the Mecca of professional wrestling, Knoxville, Tennessee. This is the Mecca, and you have to give it to the Lords of NWA RockyTop for bringing back some awesome championship wrestling to these parts.
No doubt about it. I mean, it's not only what Knoxville and what the fans here in Knoxville have been begging for, which is some good old-fashioned wrestling, but it's spread like wildfire, Tony. Like I said, the people in Kingsport, the people in Johnson City, the people in Bristol, Tennessee. NWA RockyTop spreading like wildfire throughout the whole Mid-Atlantic region. The promoters are coming in from the Carolinas. Everywhere I go, it's NWA RockyTop is the talk, because this is the promotion to be a part of right now.
I was stopped by a big feller out there rolling in tonight right before we started. He said, "You're Vasily." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Who do I talk to? I have to get into this thing." He's a guy that said he's wrestled all over the world. He said, "I want a crack at Dr. Tom Pritchard." I said, "You're going to have to get in line." There are a lot of wrestlers right now that want to get in this federation. A lot of contracts are being negotiated behind the scenes. A lot of agents have been in contact. I've had a couple call me this week, Joe Wheeler. It's unbelievable the buzz around this sport, and you can see why as you see Race slapping the face now of Doink the Clown and is going to send him for a ride into the turnbuckle, and Doink the Clown felt it.
Doink hit hard in that buckle, and Doink's looking pretty the worse for wear at this point in time. As Race comes in right there, Doink was able to get out of the way. Doink the Clown now looks like he's heading up to high-risk territory. He is. He's going to that top rope. Doink the Clown coming down. Oh, he got him right there. This could do it, and there you have it.
A face full of mush. Not sure technically what you would call that move, Joe. You're the hole caller. What was that?
I was trying to think of it, Tony. He brought the big top down on him, I guess you could say right there. Tony, I tell you what, the introductions are complete, and White Lightning Tim Horner is in the house. It should be a great contest here for the third match here with the Night of the Champions from the Expo Center.
White Lightning Tim Horner, a guy that's beloved here, universally loved. Look at him over there as he's getting some last-minute instruction and encouragement from one of our fine fans on hand, Freddie. As now we go at it, and I'll tell you something, this Devin Drake, a kid that, another guy that you have to say, you have to give credit where credit is due. Devin Drake is a kid from Atlanta, Georgia, who can flat out wrestle. This ought to be a good one.
Oh, no doubt about that. I mean, all of our young rising stars, our young lions, if you will, here in NWA RockyTop, all tremendous competitors. You know, they've got to be in order just to make the cut, in order to be here and step into an NWA RockyTop ring, because NWA RockyTop's only about bringing you the best in professional wrestling action, and that's what you're getting right here. White Lightning Tim Horner with a series of moves right there. Comes around, snap mirrors this man, goes right in for a cover, and got a quick 2 count out of it. Referee Brent Strange on top of the action here, Tony. And I tell you, White Lightning earned his nickname, and you saw it right there why, with an incredible combination of maneuvers, just that fast, went right in and got a 2 count just in the opening minutes.
A great technical wrestler. He studied all over the world. He's been across the pond several times. Drake's going to have his hands full tonight. One thing about Devin Drake, if there's one thing that's really hurt him in the past, it's the fact that he has a tendency in the ring to lapse a little bit, to get overconfident. He's a guy, and you'll see this as this match goes on, with some excellent skill. But he's also somebody from time to time who has a tendency to become a little too overconfident in there.
Yeah, I think it was a great point you just made there, Tony, and as you were making the point, the point was being displayed in the ring. When Devin Drake got back to his feet, Tim Horner was right in his face, and that surprised Devin Drake. You could tell from the look on his face. Plus, he turned to the referee, Brent Strange, and asked him, please, get him back, because it did surprise the young competitor that Tim Horner could hang with him that quickly, speed-wise and agility-wise, and Horner proving it once again here. Series of arm bars, rolls over, nice arm drag.
That's just beautiful wrestling.
Great scientific work right there by Tim Horner, and Devin Drake finds himself on the floor frustrated.
And Joe, they traded arm bars about 6 or 7 times before he finally was able to flip him and then ultimately roll him out of the ring. And Devin Drake trying to collect himself right now as he makes his way back into the ring here. Match number 3, NWA Rocky Top, Night of the Champions, Saturday night here, Knoxville, Tennessee. Great time being had by all as they lock up one more time. And now into a side headlock. Devin Drake in control in the match of Tim Horner. Tim Horner trying to fight his way out of it. Is able to get him up. Is he going to be able to get him turned? It looks like he has the proper torque to be able to do that. Let's see if he's able to spin him back over as both these guys continue to fight in a lock-up position, as now Devin Drake prone onto the canvas, and Tim Horner's proven it early on what you said. Technically speaking, he's got it all over this young guy right now.
No doubt about that, Tony, and hopefully for Devin Drake, if nothing else, this will be a great learning experience for him. It should be win, lose, or draw, because he's learning everything. You know, he should be absorbing knowledge from Tim Horner and seeing the techniques that Horner's utilizing, like that arm drag position right there. He just tore him out of from that top wrist lock. They battled back and forth to the top wrist. You know, Devin Drake wasn't able to get the advantage. Horner was able to utilize an arm drag and create separation right there. You know, Drake should learn from things like that. He's in there with a very experienced veteran, and I'm sure he is absorbing some of that knowledge. Right there, it pulls Horner right into a side headlock position as Devin Drake now has Tim Horner in control. It's what he can do from here that makes the difference.
And the thing is, with a guy like Horner, you got to think 2 or 3 steps ahead. There you see Horner almost roll him up again. Has him again rolled up. Horner again going for the pin. Right out of that arm drag, or right out of that side headlock, he's able to get his opponent up and get him into 3 consecutive 2 counts. Tim Horner is not playing around in that ring. An excellent scientific wrestler. And there you see Devin Drake again losing his focus, talking to the crowd. Those types of things that young guys do. You don't see a lot of these veterans in the ring feel the need to play to the crowd. They know the crowd's there. They understand that. They understand you're going to get heat when you come into a building like this and you're wrestling a legend like Tim Horner in his own backyard. Devin Drake should worry about the task at hand, as now you see something that's been very rare tonight thus far, a clean break, as Devin Drake giving him the sign that, hey, mentally, I'm with you here. I'm with you here, White Lightning Tim Horner, as they get set to lock up one more time, and they do, and again into the side headlock as they go against the rope, and Horner whips him for the ride and the shoulder block as he's able to knock Horner to the canvas. And now, but Horner is able to come back and hip toss him to the ground. Devin Drake, though, continues to hold his own early on here.
He's holding his own, Tony, but he's making some rookie mistakes in there because of his overconfidence and his arrogance. And it's going to end up costing him in this match if he's not careful. He's underestimating Tim Horner's ability in there, because a couple of times now, oh, that was a cheap shot. That was a cheap shot. Devin Drake's going to pay for that one as well. But he's been surprised that Horner's been right back up, right on his feet, right in his face, after a series of maneuvers. And now Drake resorting to some cheap maneuvers here, Tony. He's hitting him with a series of closed fists, and Drake's getting confident again. It's going to cost him, as Tim Horner is suffering at the moment, but he's firing back now. He's caught him with that right hand right there, and Devin Drake just walked into a second right hand, and Tim Horner now has got him turned around, and now it's going to take the rookie to school.
Devin Drake more concerned about the crowd, but now whips him into the rope, and now onto a side maneuver of sorts, and he's able to regain control and get up over Tim Horner, who right now is feeling it, as Devin Drake is in control and having his way at this point in the match with Tim Horner.
Devin Drake's definitely got the momentum going his way. But right now is a crucial time in the match for Devin Drake, whether he realizes or not. He's got Tim Horner in control. He's got him down. He's got him a little hurt and a little stunned. It's what he can do with that from here is what's really going to determine the winner of this match. Whether Drake can continue to control Horner is the tide turn. The tide's already turning. Tim Horner's coming back to his feet, and you can see Devin Drake's control is slowly slipping away.
And you can see it now as he axe handles him once, twice, and now from the ropes he goes, but he catches him in the abdomen and is able to spin him over. And my gosh, could you feel the impact from here? Devin Drake with a great move as he holds him up for a 1 and a 2, but no, he's not able to get 3. Devin Drake again hooks the leg and is only able to procure a 2 count. And Devin Drake now is in the face of Brent Strange, who he was hitting early on. He ought to be careful here. A DQ could be in the offing.
Rookie mistake once again by this great young competitor. I'm not taking anything away from Devin Drake. He's a tremendous young competitor. He's got a bright future ahead of him, but he's making rookie mistakes. He shouldn't have been focusing on the referee right there. He should keep his focus 110% on Tim Horner. Now he's paying because he took his focus off Horner. Wait a minute, he got him down. Horner wasn't able to hold him right there, and Devin Drake got a quick 2 count. Drake now going in, good maneuver here, reverse chinlock position. He's driving the knee into the back and the shoulders. He's got Horner grounded. He's trying to take the fuel away from the veteran.
Out of the reverse chinlock before, though, Horner was able to fight to his feet. Will he be able to do it this time? You hear the crowd here in NWA RockyTop. All of RockyTop right now is starting to rise and starting to come to their feet as they're encouraging, urging, begging Tim Horner to get back up on this Saturday night. NWA RockyTop, Night of the Champions, and Tim Horner is answering the bell as he's going to get on his feet. You can see it like a house of thunder. Here he goes. 1 axe handle, another one. But then again, he's thrown into the rope, and that's small in the back as he gets him there, and now he's going to whip him up and takes him over.
Snap suplex there by Devin Drake, I'll tell you what.
Strong.
The kid's got some great maneuvers in there, no doubt about it. In for a cover and got a 2 count only. You can see Tim Horner is in trouble. There's no question. He's got Tim Horner in trouble. The question at this point, Tony, is can Devin Drake put together a series of maneuvers in order to get a pinfall on Horner? That's the real crucial test at this point in time, is whether or not this kid, he's got him to a certain point, but can he hold him down for that 1, 2, 3 or get that submission?
He's at about the 60% or 70% mark right now. It's the other 30, 35, 40% that the ground he's got to make up as he sends Horner into the turnbuckle. 1 time, now going to try it on the far side. Now going to go over to the near side, and again.
Devin Drake taking Tim Horner pillar to post here, but you can see Tim Horner coming back to life. He's firing up, and this crowd here in Knoxville's firing up as well. And there you see Devin Drake get his taste of the turnbuckle. And again, as Tim Horner has been able to turn the momentum of this matchup, it's what I talked about a minute ago. Devin Drake had it all going his way, but he couldn't put it together and put Tim Horner away. And now Horner has got a second win, and now Tim Horner is controlling this match, Tony.
And there you see Tim Horner as he's in control, working the face, and whips him into the turnbuckle, and Drake feels the pain, and the big elbow behind it. Tim Horner, white lightning all over him like white on rice right now as he snaps him over, and now uses the knee and just drives it into the cranium, and Devin Drake is in a world of hurt.
He is definitely in a lot of trouble at this point in time as Tim Horner takes him back up. Irish whip got reversed right there. Into the ropes they go. Devin Drake tried something. Horner slipped around behind him. Oh, wait a minute. Drake held on.
Drake, look at him. Look at him.
Overconfidence right there. It may cost him. Horner got him, and there's your 3 count right there.
Oklahoma roll.
The arrogance and overconfidence of Devin Drake is what cost him that match right there, Tony Basilio. He had Tim Horner on the ropes, but he wasn't able to put him away. NWA RockyTop Expo Center, Knoxville, Tennessee. The Terminators here have got a huge contest against the Goldens tonight, and I've got the unfortunate pleasure of trying to interview these guys. What are your thoughts going into your match tonight, fellas?
Golden! You see Kindle! Tonight, you pay! Tonight is one night! the rest of life in RockyTop. You pay Golden. You see nothing yet, Joe Wheeler. Tonight, you see all. Start tonight.
There you hear it from the Terminators, folks.
Golden! Kindo, stick! We bring to you! You come to our country! We come to you!
You know, Terminators, you come out here week after week and putting down what all these good men and women out here working for. When there's a war declared, my friends, and that's July 23rd at the Expo Center, the Goldens are declaring war on you, Terminators.
We need to get some help out.
No! Hey, anybody who get it coming way?
We desperately need some help out here. If they can hear us in the back, anyone in the back. They've got this young man, they've got him trained. They've got the flag tied around him again. Fans can turn the young children away from the TV. This is disgusting. Oh! Eddie Golden.
Wow! No! Uh-oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Eddie Bobby!
Hey boys, if I get this full of leg lock on you, I'm gonna break one of your legs.
This ain't about winning or losing, Terminators. I guarantee you that. Retribution isn't enough. We are going to put your blood on these boots and pay back as the Golden.
for their national anthem, the Terminator.
Tony Basilio, I tell you what, it is time for the tag team grudge match as the Terminators are set to take on the Goldens here. And I tell you what, if the Terminators aren't careful, they ain't going to make it out of the Expo Center because the crowd's going to get hold of them.
With Jahid, for him to try and sit there and sing his anthem, I could have told you right now that was going over like a lead balloon. That was not going to happen. And now he's getting some warning right now from our associate commissioner here at NWA, RockyTop, who says he's going to be watching him all night long. And we shall see what will happen as Judge Rossi over there, the wrestling bossy, is really giving it to Jahid. These two guys, say what you want to say. Iron Sheik, rolled up boots, the tip curls, illegal as all get out, rule breakers, don't respect our country. Dressed tonight in the fine linens from Saddam's palace. But those two guys, when they get in the ring, can flat out do it.
No doubt about that, Tony. They are evil masterminds in the wars of wrestling. And Bobby Golden has set the lock up here. They've locked up collar and elbow. Bobby's got him back. Oh, just that fast. Things are turning back and forth they go. Round and round we go. Bobby's got the advantage, at least for the moment. Referee called for a break. Tim Horner, our special guest referee.
He's saying he pulled the hair.
Yeah. Another absurd claim by the Terminators. They will do and say anything, Tony Basilio, you know that.
That's like Saddam Hussein right now, claiming that he's still president of Iraq. Sorry, Jahid, it ain't happening. But at any rate, Bobby Golden, a young man who is really a rising star. You talk about the pedigree that he has, an architect, or should I say, one who's carrying on in the Robert Fuller tradition. His uncle, who uses that Fuller leg lock for his finish move when he gets an opportunity. But he's a long way from that right now as he's exposed. And Dahid was able to take advantage, or Dihad rather.
Dihad's got Bobby over there in the corner at this point in time, working him over. As we said, White Lightning Tim Horner, special guest referee in this contest. We know he's a good guy. We know we can count on him to call this match as fairly down the middle as absolutely possible. Bobby's doing the right thing now. Bobby's fighting now. He's fighting up against both men. He realized he couldn't be pinned in that corner, and he's got him reeled all the way back to his corner as he is throwing the leather in there. Bobby now with a side headlock as the crowd here in Knoxville chanting USA, USA, Tony.
And the crowd starting to feel it, the emotion in the building, as now the tag is made. And Eddie Golden soon to enter the ring, and does so with some authority as he's able to turn an arm bar, as now he's reversed into the ropes and steps over, and then is able to duck a tag and a flying body press.
Got him down there and right into a quick one count right there. Beautiful arm drag take over there by Eddie as he's able to control the action. Back and forth they went, fast-paced exchange right there as Eddie now bringing Dihad back over, makes the tag. Young Bobby comes back into the ring with a big elbow right down across the arm and winding up on that arm as the Goldens are staying focused on the arm right now. Good sound strategy here as So Jihad's trying to find a way out of there, and he's got things reversed now as Bobby finds himself in trouble, and the Terminators make an exchange.
And the Terminators, again, an excellent tag team. These two guys almost in a lot of ways like Iran and Iraq itself, the way at times they don't work together well, but then at times they're in perfect symbiotic motion. And tonight happens to be one of those times. He's going to roll the shirt up and over his face. Just flat out cruel. Oh, but he gets it back in the mush.
Bobby just knocked him right into next week practically on that one, as the Terminators are now having trouble because they don't even want to tag each other, Tony.
Jahid and Jihad looking at each other like, what have we run into tonight? And the crowd, listen to them.
Young Bobby Golden has got this crowd 110% behind him, and Eddie Golden in this contest against the Terminators, no doubt about it. Terminator has Bobby controlled to the side headlock position, but only for a moment. Big shoulder block right there. Bobby was able to take advantage of that, up and over his man, and got caught right there. Beautiful hip toss, got reversed, and right into an arm drag as Bobby Golden taking care of both of the Terminators at this point in time in the grudge match on the Night of the Champions.
You have to be impressed with Bobby Golden, whose pop later on tonight is going to be in action in this one, and whose pop is going to wrestle for the championship tonight against Dr. Tom Pritchard. So you'd have to excuse him. He has several things on his mind as he tries to snap Jihad into the ring. The Jihad says, no, I'm not going for that. Or was that Jahid? Boy, I'm telling you, I'm having trouble with the Terminators tonight. That's Jahid now stepping into the ring. He's your legal man in the ring. And Jihad, the rule breaker on the outside, as Jahid is able to work the abdomen with the big knee. And now with him exposed one more time, just a shot there into the ribs as he's exposed. Now from a side headlock, they are going to work. And he's ratcheting him up. And what's he going to set him up for? Let's wait and see as he's thrown into the rope. And now Bobby is able to knock into the canvas with the shoulder and is able to tag in. And here comes Eddie Golden. The Golden's in control.
Eddie Golden coming in with a series of hard right hands on Jahid of the Terminators right there. Hard into the buckle. Oh, Eddie missed that shoulder block going in right there. That could cost him as the momentum just turned. It looked like a neck breaker there on Eddie Golden as silence has fallen here in the Expo Center, as the crowd definitely wanting the Goldens to win this thing. The Terminators have got things in control at this point in time, and I believe that's Jihad back in at this point in time, Tony. And as you pointed out earlier, apparently their overseas connections are still good, as they have a new set of garments apparently that have come from one of the palaces of Saddam.
That's what they told me earlier tonight, or one of their interpreters did, I should say, because those guys, I know speaking what they speak. But that said, White Lightning Tim Horner, your guest referee, trying to stay in control here as you look at this painful position now as they're working the arm. Now he tries to work him into some kind of a neck lock, but no, it's not to be, as he tries to bite him on the top of his head. I'll tell you, Jahid is ruthless in that ring. We saw him last week on NWA RockyTop working the kendo stick on one of our young competitors. He'll stop at nothing as he chops him. But now Golden is able to fight out. Now a rake of the face. And he snaps him down.
These Terminators are absolutely brutal, no doubt about it. Oh, just drove the elbow in right there. Now blatant chokehold. Referee's not catching. He's choking him, Tim. Tim Horner going in for a count there. And once again, he's choking him by utilizing the boot right there. Eddie Golden is in definite trouble here. Oh, what a headbutt right there. As Golden barely staying on his feet, and he goes down after the second headbutt there, Tony. I tell you what, Bobby and Eddie have got to fight with these guys tonight. And they have really been taking it to him so far as the Terminator. Look at him just ripping at the man's face, Tony. Absolutely disgusting.
And Horner is a nice guy, you know, a passive guy, if you will. A real good guy in the sport of professional wrestling. You almost get the sense that he being the official in here almost plays into the Terminators a little bit with his laid-back nature.
That's a good point.
I mean, look at this over here on the side.
Well, unfortunately, Tim Horner is having to do his job, which is to keep Bobby Golden out of the ring until he's legally tagged in. The other Terminator was able to take advantage of things, so with Eddie draped across that rope, oh, big back elbow right there by D-Hod as they've gone in for a cover here and got a 2 count out of it. Eddie thankfully was able to kick out of here. I tell you, I mean, no doubt about it, it's a tough job being a referee, being an official in a matchup, especially in a tag team match that's got so much animosity going into it. Eddie with a sunset flip right there, got his man over, only got a 2 count out of that one. But man, look at the Terminators right back into work on their man.
No question. He had some life there with a sunset flip, but that life was quickly snuffed as now the lower back and the knee applied. And these two guys continue to work well together like Larry Bird and Robert Parrish back in the day of the great Boston Celtics. How could I use an American analogy like that for two people who hate our country like these two guys? I ought to be ashamed of myself. But that said, some sort of hybrid camel clutch. It looks like he's trying to set him up. But no, looks like they're going to try to hook him into the ropes, and that's exactly what they do. And I'll tell you, that clutch right there, that maneuver is extremely painful on that lower back as they continue to work that back region. And Tim Horner is going to have him break this. And finally, my gosh, Tim, give me a break here.
Horner was able to get over there, figured out what was going on there. Very, very painful situation for Eddie Golden. Not only his lower back, his neck, his entire spinal cord under a tremendous amount of pressure right there, jarring all of those vertebrae in his back as the crowd here in Knoxville once again gets behind Eddie and Bobby Golden with the USA chant. Eddie barely staying on his feet, fired back with the right hand right there, and fires back again. Eddie Golden's got some fight left in him, but he desperately needs that tag, Tony.
Jaheed into the ropes. Jaheed with the body block and is able to throw him to the canvas with the shoulder, and a count of 2 from Tim Horner as now a tag is made. And D-Hod, your legal man, back in the ring, working on one Eddie Golden, who's against the second rope and in the wrong corner and in a world of hurt. And now into the top rope he goes. It looks like they're going to set him up for the Turban Buster, and that's what we see. No one's gotten out of the Turban Buster.
Bobby's coming in, and he got him. Bobby was able to make the save right there. Thankfully, granted that was against the rules, but it was a double team maneuver in order to execute it. So he was just trying to even the slate there a little bit. Thankfully, Eddie still got some fight in him. He was able to kick out of there. Man, I tell you, Eddie really needs to get over and make that tag to Bobby. Double back elbow right there. The Terminators have got Eddie Golden right where they want him at this point in time, Tony.
And they continue to work a fresh man in the ring as Jaheed is back in once again as D-Hod tags out. And here comes Golden into the ropes one more time. But no, he's able to reverse. And
DDT!
now he's able to work. He might be able to side DDT. And wow, look at Jaheed on the canvas, feeling it.
Jaheed kind of telecast his maneuver there, Tony. Eddie was able to anticipate it, cut him off, dropped him right on his noggin in that DDT. Both men now feeling the effects. Eddie really's got to get over and make that tag. It could change the momentum of the entire matchup right here if Eddie can make that tag. The crowd here in Knoxville is definitely behind him. Let's see what happens here. Both men are back up. Eddie made it.
Get through his legs, and here we go. Here comes Bobby Golden into the ring. Bobby Golden cleaning house. Bobby Golden cleaning house again with a couple of straight arms, and now he's able to take one to the canvas, and now another in a big slam. And it's just carnage in the ring with a couple of body slams, and Bobby Golden saying, get on your feet, big boy, if you want some of this. Now Eddie Golden through the ring, and here's Bobby Golden whipping Jihad into the ring, and oh, he's able to get him with a side kick, and here we go. 1, 2, and
Bobby only got a 2 count.
Only got a 2 count.
Referee Tim Horner right on top of the action. Bobby's setting him back up here. High backdrop right there. We got a fight on the floor as well, Tony, as Eddie is getting hurt down there on the floor at the hands of D-Hod. But Jaheed is in trouble, and Bobby Golden looks like he's setting him up. He just tapped his leg. Looks like he's going for that Fuller leg lock.
Will we see it, Joe Wheeler? Here we go. The Fuller leg lock. Here it comes. Here it comes. Will he tap? Will he tap? Will he tap? Will he? No!
He got saved right there,
Jihad.
He got saved. Eddie's back in the ring. The leg lock's still on, though. The leg lock is still on.
Will he tap?
Tim Horner, wait a minute. Tom Pritchard, what the devil is he doing in there?
This is a disgrace.
Tom Pritchard's got a pair of handcuffs,
It's a
Tony.
disgrace. Joe Wheeler, get somebody out here.
He's got Eddie Golden handcuffed to the second rope. Tom Pritchard has absolutely no business out here.
He's still holding him, and now he finally lets go on the Fuller leg lock. And Tom Pritchard, who's going to be in action tonight later on against this young man's
Not the pile driver!
Not the pile driver! Oh! Feel the impact!
Tom
from
Pritchard.
here.
Tom Pritchard just hit Bobby Golden with a pile driver. Commissioner Jimmy Valiant has banned that move here at NWA RockyTop because of the severity of the injuries that can be caused.
Again, Joe.
They're going for a spike. He's going to spike him. Oh! A spike pile driver there by both Terminators and Tom Pritchard on Bobby Golden. We need to get some help
And
from
Eddie
Bobby.
Golden is still handcuffed, as you see. He's not able to get up. Who's going to come out of the back and help Bobby? A couple of officials and somebody else is coming out here. This isn't going to be enough, or is it? As these three thugs are going to leave the ring. And Tom Pritchard, who's from Texas. Texas is as American as apple pie. For him to come in here tonight and help these two lawless thugs from the Middle East, Joe Wheeler, is a complete disgrace. And that act with the handcuffs and that pile driver and then the triple shot is just a total disgrace.
Absolutely right, Tony Basilio. Completely, absolutely uncalled for. Tom Pritchard, all Tom Pritchard did by doing that, Tony Basilio, is he is sealing his own coffin. Because don't you think for 1 minute Jimmy Golden's not aware of what just went on to his son. And Jimmy Golden is going to be even more livid when he gets Tom Pritchard in that ring later tonight here at the Night of the Champions.
Jimmy Golden's son is an up-and-coming athlete in sports. And for him to do that to him tonight in that manner, I mean, we need to get some EMTs in here. We need to get some help in here. He's not, you can see he's got a little movement in his legs, but his upper extremities, you can see it from here. The guy is really hurt.
And there's nothing more devastating to a man than the pile driver. Here comes Jimmy Golden. He's not even completely dressed and ready for his match, but he realizes the severity of this situation, how seriously his son could be hurt, and it's just pretty darn scary right now. I know the type of pain that a pile driver can cause a man. It can compress vertebrae in the neck. It can cause partial paralysis. There's a long list of things that a pile driver can do because you're damaging a man's spinal cord and neck and the vertebrae in their back. And this is a really scary situation.
And you see right now a concerned look. Here's Jimmy Golden. You have to give it to Tom Pritchard. Jimmy Golden, in a couple matches, is going to wrestle in perhaps the most important wrestling match of his life. Tom Pritchard has come out here and he's cast a totally different shadow on this thing. He was back there watching film. He was back there preparing. He was back there with management. He was going through. TNT, Tony Lewis, listen to him.
At the Expo Center, John Noble, you've got a huge match tonight against Brad Thomas, X Division title on the line. I know you're excited about this match.
Finally, you know, Joe, after weeks and weeks and weeks, I get my shot. No, not my shot. I am going to bring home the X Division title. There's no shot. There's no long shot, no short shot, no shot at all. John Noble's walking out of here with the X Division title. And Brad Thomas, I'll give you credit, son. You're a good-looking kid. All the little training bra wearing, pimple face, Tennessee teeny boppers might like you. They may love you. You're a good looking guy. This is not a Gap commercial though, son. This is professional wrestling. And tonight, your back's gonna be on the mat 1, 2, 3, courtesy of John Noble.
X Division title will be on the line. We'll see what happens later tonight. NWA RockyTop Wrestling, Knoxville, Tennessee, Night of the Champions. Brad Thomas, you've got a huge match against John Noble, X Division on the line.
Well, you know, you're right, Joe. And when I first came to NWA RockyTop, I knew it was going to be something big. Not just for me, not just for my career, but everyone that's involved in this. And, you know, I had no capacity to believe it was going to get as big as it is. But, you know, John Noble tonight, X Division Championship, this is the break that I've been waiting for. And, you know, these people know what good wrestling's all about. And I'm about to bring it to you tonight, July 23rd, Night of Champions.
I'll tell you, this Brad Thomas is one tough young competitor out of Knoxville, Tennessee.
He got him right there, Tony.
And he gets him on the springboard crossbody block. Brad Thomas advances into your X Division Finals.
The gentleman that you just beat in that ring wasn't only the top contender here in NWA RockyTop, but the top contender in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's class.
This is John Noble, my cousin from Dallas, Texas.
Brad Thomas, you better get all the rest you can get, punk, because tonight the RockyTop X Division title goes with John Noble, it goes with the Pritchard family, and it goes with Texas. There is nothing but greatness ahead for John Noble, and I'm going to prove that to all you Tennessee idiots when I take your RockyTop X Division title. Where's your crown, King? Nothing.
Told you this is going to be a historical night. Joe Wheeler, history's about to be made as NWA RockyTop's about to crown its first champion. And in the X Division, John Noble from Dallas, Texas, and young Brad Thomas, two tremendous, high-flying, rising stars in this sport of kings.
No doubt about that, Tony Basilio. I'll tell you what. First champion going to be crowned right here, and I must say, either way, we're going to end up with an excellent quality wrestler for an X Division champion. I don't like John Noble's attitude. I don't like the things he comes out of his mouth. I certainly don't like Tom Pritchard and all of his talk about Texas. But take all of that out of the equation. You've got a tremendous, well-schooled athlete and John Noble in the black and purple right there in the corner. And the same thing for Brad Thomas. The big difference between these two young men is their attitudes. And Brad has got the good attitude. He's fighting the good fight. He fights by the rules. And it's going to be a great match.
And that's something, no question, Joe Wheeler, that is going to serve him as this match unfolds. And even as his career unfolds, you know, you and I were both talking before this telecast tonight in this event this evening. Both of these guys are really impressive. John Noble is tremendous in the ring. Brad Thomas is as well. And either way, as you just said, either guy will be a great ambassador for the X division here in NWA Rocky Top.
Good point there, Tony, no doubt about it. I mean, it's like we were talking about just a few minutes ago at the intermission. You know, I've been around wrestling as far as actively in the business of professional wrestling for 15 years. I've seen a lot of guys rise to stardom, and I've seen them fade fast in this business also. Brad Thomas is one of the best young athletes I've seen come along in a long, long time. And if he can make it past John Noble tonight, he's going to be a great X Division champion for us. And I don't mean to say if he can make it past him in a derogatory manner towards Brad.
No.
Brad can definitely get the job done, but it's going to be a fight either way.
And the bottom line is, if you look at a guy like Brad Thomas, he's the total package. First of all, he's an extremely young man in his early 20s. He's a guy that works at this solely and is incredibly committed to what he does. Earlier tonight, I had a chance to bump into him back in his area, and he was almost in a trance, Joe. I said, "What are you doing, Brad?" He said, "In my mind." He said, "I'm a big fan of kinesthetics." He said, and he was practicing going through this match in his mind. He said, "If there are certain things that present themselves to me tonight, I know what I'm going to do against John Noble." He had a whole laundry list, a long book of moves. He had, and he said, "Look, Tony," he said, "I'm just going to show you this." He said, "No, I don't want you, don't tell anybody, don't get specific on the air." He said, "But I keep a book on guys I'm going to wrestle." He breaks down tape, breaks down film. There's a side of that to him that I don't know if a lot of guys in this sport today practice it. I know a lot of guys in years past did. When you watch him wrestle, you'll see him respond to what John Noble's doing in that ring.
And that's exactly what this young competitor needs to be doing. He needs to study the tapes, study every possible reversal to every possible move that John Noble may throw at him. Sure, that's a long, long laundry list of moves and holds, like you were saying, Tony. But that's the type of thing that a guy's got to do in order to be 100% on his game. Professional wrestling is human chess at its very
Human
finest.
chess.
And you have to be thinking 2, 3, 4 moves ahead, if possible, of what you're going to do to your opponent next, given any situation. And Brad Thomas is a student of the sport, no doubt about it. Beautiful leapfrog right there. Took him right over into a monkey flip. Brad Thomas right back. Beautiful arm drag takeover there by Brad Thomas as he's got John Noble under control. And it's because of that studying and that hard work that Brad does that he's able to execute these maneuvers and make things look as smooth and as simple as they appear to be in the ring.
And look at him just driving the shoulder there, the knee into the shoulder as he works the arm bar now. And he's just trying to create some torque now, like some of the greats in sport in the past. And we've already seen it tonight with a couple of the veteran guys. You take a region, you find a region like the Andersons themselves, and you work that tactic. You continue to work that one prone region. It looks like right now Brad Thomas has decided on John Noble. It's going to be that arm. As we see one reversal, now another side chin lock, side headlock, and here we go as Noble sends Thomas into the ring. But Thomas is able to block him to the canvas. Now Thomas through and the leapfrog, but no. As he looks like he's going to try to roll him up into some kind of package, but nothing doing. As Brad Thomas was going to whip him down, Noble does, but Thomas is able to take him off his feet in a reverse hip toss, and now another arm drag takedown, and Brad Thomas here early on. The crowd is coming alive. You know, for many of these people, this might be a first exposure to this young man. I have a feeling, win, lose, or draw tonight, he's going to walk out of here a fan favorite.
No doubt about that, Tony. I mean, great wrestling clinic being displayed here by John Noble and Brad Thomas. Noble got caught sleeping there. Referee got a 1 count on him right there as Brad Thomas has got that arm all bent up, wound up now. He's got him in an arm bar position as Noble's making his way back up to his feet. Thomas winding up on that arm ringer. And John Noble right there, that's the type of tactic. Went right to the eyes.
Yes.
That was what he needed to do to necessitate that break. Up and over. Thomas got caught right there. Power bomb maneuver right there by John Noble, and Brad Thomas Thomas is in severe trouble as the momentum of this matchup just turned very quickly right there. And John Noble, he's being arrogant, he's being cocky. He better get over there and make that cover. He's doing so now and got a 2 count. But that moment of arrogance over there, Tony, is what may have cost him not getting that 3 count, because it allowed Brad just that moment to grab that extra breath and possibly come back.
John Noble, of course, the author of the TKO, one of the most devastating moves in professional wrestling today. If he gets an opportunity later, and it looked there like he was going to try and set him up and go for that, and that would have been a good time after the power bomb. It looks like Noble, though, wasn't able to capitalize, and now Brad Thomas trying to collect himself, but a chop, and you can hear it come through the crowd as John Noble gives him the hook 'em horns for his friends back in Dallas, Texas, and another. John Noble right now, but now Brad Thomas is able on the reversal. Oh, he gets spit in his face. What in the world was that? John Noble is lecherous, and he and Tom Pritchard celebrate their rule-breaking ways, and it's disgusting. And that happens right in front of David Rossi, the wrestling bossy, the associate commissioner of NWA RockyTop, who's at ringside watching these rule breakers tonight. He's making his list, Joe Wheeler, and checking it twice as John Noble throws him into the top of the turnbuckle. But Noble, again, concerned about the crowd on hand, now chops him right in his chest region as he works at one. Now going to set him up and hit him with a hard right and takes him to the canvas. And there you see Thor looking at him, but it's to no avail. You're not going to stop this guy once he gets started. Another chop. John Noble continues now to work that region. Is he doing enough, Joe Wheeler, at this point as he spits in the face again?
That's just an absolutely disgusting tactic there that John Noble's using, spitting in the man's eyes. I mean, I've seen some real low-life tactics before, but that's got to take the cake. As John Noble now with an Irish whip into the buckle. Brad Thomas up and over his man right there, ducked under that clothesline attempt, and Brad responds with a chop of his own, and he fires off a second one as the crowd here in Knoxville responds. Brad Thomas ducked under that, and another big chop by Thomas. Thomas now firing up on John Noble, and it's about time he start doling out a little punishment of his own. Irish whip got reversed right there. Thomas went for the leapfrog. Noble caught him. German suplex, or should I say belly to back suplex right there, and Brad is hurt again.
It doesn't matter, because either way it tastes as bitter as German chocolate right now. Maybe, though, there's a bitter sweetness to this as he's able to kick out. But at any rate, Brad Thomas is in a world of hurt, and John Noble right now has the X Division Championship in his grasp. 5'11", 212 pounds, as he throws him for a side toss. And now John Noble is with a side headlock working on Brad Thomas as Thomas is trying to get back into some kind of base-type position and try to regain some type of control as John Noble right now is all over young Brad Thomas. The winner tonight will walk out of here as the X Division champion, the first X Division champion, right here in NWA RockyTop. It is the night of the champions, and Brad Thomas is on his feet. A chop of one, but he's not able to sustain it as Brad Noble again sends him to the canvas with a hard right hand.
John Noble's pulling out every trick in his Texas arsenal against Brad Thomas right here. I tell you what, X Division's on the line. Don't think for 1 minute John Noble won't do anything at all to win that title. Beautiful side Russian leg sweep there by Noble. And now in a chinlock position. Well, I was going to say a front face lock, but no, he's got him in a reverse chinlock position. Looks like he's got the arm barred there as
Joe,
well.
These guys are testing even you. And you, as far as I'm concerned, are, as far as calling the tactical side of the sport, you're second to none. But these guys are pulling out things, and Noble's pulling out things right now in his bag of tricks that you haven't seen.
That's true, Tony. I mean, these guys are innovators in the world of wrestling, no doubt about it. You know, some of the maneuvers I know without a blink of an eye, and others actually have to think about as far as what some of the moves these younger guys can pull off. You know, snapmare takeover there by John Noble. He's got Brad Thomas back in that reverse chinlock position. He's got him grounded, Tony. And it's a great strategy on Noble's part to ground Brad Thomas, keep him down. Don't let Brad get on those ropes. Don't let him hit that springboard cross body block off that second rope, which we know is an awesome maneuver that Brad can pull out of his arsenal. John's got a good strategy here, but Brad's back on his feet. 2 back elbows, gets the separation. He's into the ropes, but Noble's right back on him. Whips him into the ropes, ducked under that back clothesline.
Oh,
There's
he
that
misses
springboard.
it. And I'll tell you, Brad Thomas really feels it, as right now he's in a lot of trouble. 1, 2, and that could be it. Oh. as Thomas is able to, last minute, just to kick out. And he's really mad at himself right now. You can see the frustration. He's asking the crowd to help him. He needs some extra juice to get on his feet. And there you see Noble just snapping him with the front of his boot. And now Thomas is feeling it against the ropes as he's prone against the second turnbuckle and against the second rope, as now he slides down, and John Noble's going to gather him up, and he's going to snap him up into a suplex and gets him up and over. And I'll tell you, Noble is in some serious control. 1 and 2 and oh! Boy, that was so close.
Brad was able to sneak out the back door once again. John Noble going right back to that same strategy. He's got him grounded. He's got him down with that side chin lock. He's going to hold him and try to take the oxygen away from Brad Thomas. That's one of the best things that he can try to do to him at this point in time, Tony, is take that oxygen away. Without that oxygen, Brad can't fight that fight. He can't fuel that fire to fight that fight, and Noble knows that as he applies more and more pressure. The fans here in Knoxville rallying behind Brad.
You can see it right now as our official there is giving you the 2. Oh, the arm didn't go all the way down. It looks like there's some life now in young Brad Thomas. Is he going to be able to get to his feet? He hasn't been able in the last several minutes to ward off the challenge of one John Noble. Can Thomas regain control? One shot to the abdomen, another, and now another, and a right and a block, and a right and a block, and a right and a right. And now Brad Thomas is feeding it as he spins it. Oh, comes back with a hard left.
He knocked him out. He knocked him down on that one, Tony. Sorry, he got a 2 count out of it. Brad Thomas has got the momentum. Beautiful drop kick. One chin right on the jaw, the other one on the chest. Got a 2 count only out of it. Brad Thomas is on a roll now. He's got John Noble back up and caught him right there. Back elbow there. Brad Thomas has got the momentum. This is a crucial time in the match for him. He's got to hook that leg, get that cover, and got a 2 count only. Thomas needs to keep this momentum rolling if he's going to win this X Division matchup.
Thomas has some serious hops, as you just saw. And you heard Joe Wheeler so eloquently call it, as now he's going to whip him into the buckle as he goes. And Thomas now always going to run right into a leg. And Brad Thomas, again, he's young. He makes a mistake. And what are we going to see here but a inverted?
He brought him over right there. Tony got the leg hook, got a 2 count out of it.
What do you call that? What he just did there?
Come on, Joe Wheeler. What it was from this position.
It was nasty looking.
It was nasty looking. Couldn't quite tell what he got him with from this position. Almost looked like a DDT. Maybe drove him in there head first. Thomas definitely in trouble.
And here he
Noble
goes.
with a fireman's carry. He's going for that TKO.
No,
He's got him right up. He's got the leg hook. There's your 3 counts. We've got a brand new X Division champion in Brad Thomas. And the crowd here in Knoxville's going nuts, Tony.
As Tony TNT Lewis enters the ring, we've got a new champion, ladies and gentlemen. And his name is Brad Thomas, your X Division champion.
Just
what a match.
John Noble thought he had him set up. He had him in a fireman's carry position. He was going for that Texas knockout, baby. But it didn't pay off. Brad Thomas rolled him up.
Absolutely awesome match here in our X Division as Brad Thomas gets the win over John Noble. And look at Brad Thomas. Look at the crowd.
This wouldn't be allowed if we were in Texas.
Tony Vasilio, along with the wild-eyed Southern boy Tracy Smothers. I'll get them straight here. And Ricky Morton. And guys, you got to feel it here. There's nothing like it. NWA RockyTop Night of Champions. It's upon us.
You know, you got to understand that we're back here in Knoxville, Tennessee. NWA RockyTop. I can feel the electricity that's in the air, brother, as it comes out, because myself and Tracy Smothers are going to wrestle the #1 tag team in the world today, the Midnight Express. Dennis Condrich and Bobby Eaton, along with Jimmy Gibson. Things haven't changed over the years, Tracy, but one thing about it is,
who is Jimmy Gibson? Where did he come from?
Oh, some Jimmy Cornette. Somebody seen him out here or something. But understand this: we're going for the titles. And I know we can do it.
Oh yeah. Hey, the fastest rising wrestling promotion in the world today is making its debut tonight. Knoxville Expo Center, God's country, Tennessee, Knoxville, Tennessee, the home of the Tennessee Volunteers and the home of the fastest rising wrestling promotion in the world today. NWA RockyTop Wrestling, right here. You don't have a second chance to make a first impression. You have some of the best talent in the world right here. In the past, there's been Continental Championship Wrestling, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, WCW, WWE. Well, tonight, you've seen the rest. Now you're going to see the best. Midnight Express, many times over, World Tag Team Champions. Right here is no stranger. This guy knows you better than anybody, okay? A little bit of town and a whole lot of country right here.
Right.
The wild-eyed Southern boy, Tracy Smothers, Ricky Morton, the Rock and Roll Express. Tonight, without the good grace of God, just a little bit of lady luck.
You champions.
And a little bit of support, you're looking at the next NWA RockyTop Tag Team Champions. See you in the ring, Bobby and Dennis.
What do you add to that? The original Midnight Express, ladies and gentlemen, with their manager, Jimmy Gibson. You've had these guys suspended for a month, Jimmy.
Hey, let me tell you something. I put Tracy Smothers out of RockyTop, baby. And let me tell you something else. They're going to walk out there tonight and bring the Midnight Express those belts. Right, Dennis?
I tell you, I smell something burning around. Who is that? Where's Tracy? Tracy's around here somewhere. I smell something burning. You know, he burned his head trying to put out his ears, boys. And let me tell you something else, Tracy Smothers. You done messed up now, sonny boy. You done stepped in the ring with the wrong tag team. We are the Midnight Express, okay? You have gone too far, sonny boy. And you know what? We're going to take you down a notch. I can guarantee you that. And we're going to do it tonight, right, Butte?
Right.
Bottom line is this, guys. Commissioner Valiant is on hand tonight. Understand this. He says he's going to lay down the law on you.
Let me tell you something. Jimmy Golden went downtown Knoxville and got some bum to come up here, didn't he, Dennis, off the street to act like he's Jimmy Valiant. I saw that guy out there. Jimmy Valiant's got a beard down here. Jimmy Valiant's laying in a nursing home somewhere up in Virginia right now. He's not in RockyTop. You can bet on that.
Well, that's disrespectful. Let me tell you something. I saw his signature before, and I'm a collector of wrestling paraphernalia, and I'll tell you, that's the real Jimmy Valiant.
Nothing.
Hey, let me tell you something, Tony. Imbecilio.
Don't be poking people. Who do you think you are?
Let's
get out of here.
What can you say? I mean, what can you say? Oh, we've got a delivery here.
What in the world have you got here? Delivery man's just come up. Oh, my! Oh, my!
He attacked!
Go ahead and polish them belts up, baby. Don't even think nothing about it. Just walk right over there and hand them to me and beautiful Bobby.
We're going to be in the contention for those tag team belts. I got myself a partner, and y'all all know him, the wild-eyed Southern boy.
Loverboy Dennis Conley, beautiful Bobby Eaton, collectively known as the Midnight Express. Well, what other partner could I have better that knows you better as Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express?
Tracy Smothers got that big old head. I'm liable to knock it right off.
I am going to this day suspend the Midnight Express for the next 4 weeks off the TV for attacking the referees.
He's not going to get rid of the Midnight Express.
Oh my gosh, that's Jimmy Gibson.
What in the world is he doing?
What in the wide sports of goes on?
Oh, my God!
Oh, we hit him with the flaming tennis racket.
He lit the racket on fire!
Absolutely ridiculous.
Ooh, better get hot in Knoxville, Tennessee, ain't they, Tracy?
Somebody get Tracy Smothers some medical attention.
You burnt my hand. You singed me a little bit ahead, but you didn't get the job done.
When we come to Expo Center on the 23rd of July, you're going to see the new RockyTop NWA Tag Team Champions. Baby, that's what it's all about.
Everybody here wants to see this match, is that right? We all want to see a new NWA RockyTop Tag Team Champions walk out tonight. Is that right? Listen, the only way that we can have this match tonight, Gibson, midnight, they haven't done nothing tonight. Now, please, just get back, chill out, and let's have this match. What do you say, Knoxville? Let's have the match. Please, Tracy, please. Chill out, have the match. We all want this match. It's going to happen tonight. Okay? Okay.
It's the high weight of 584 pounds, as we already know. It's the dark side. You know what I mean?
Ricky Morton and Tracy Smothers battling the original Midnight Express. Beautiful Bobby Eaton and Dennis Condrey. And I tell you what, Smothers and Morton have come to Knoxville for a fight tonight. No doubt about it. Tracy Smothers' hand is still bandaged from the burn he received from the flaming tennis racket in the hands of James Gibson. And no doubt about it, the people here in Knoxville are cheering for Smothers and Morton.
I've got to tell you, Tracy Smothers earlier tonight, when he was being attended to and they were wrapping that up with gauze, I had a chance to see that burn that he has. And I've got to tell you right now that Tracy Smothers incurred a serious wound at the hand of one Jimmy Gibson with that flaming tennis racket. And the hijinks during the suspension of the original Midnight Express, you've got to think that right now Tracy Smothers has got to be careful here. He's got to control and be able to control himself and wrestle within himself here. He's got a couple veteran guys in the ring.
No doubt about that, Tony. You're right, he really needs to control that emotion as best he can. He's angry, he's hurt, and you know, it's like the old saying they say about a hurt animal, you know, you never want to get near him. I'm not calling Tracy Smothers an animal necessarily, but the man is hurt.
He's rabid right now, though. You could see the way he was acting before we began the night.
Absolutely, and you know, he's got a vendetta here. He's got a debt to prove against the Midnight Express, and Lord knows Ricky Morton has got enough history with Dennis Condrey and Bobby Eaton that he's got plenty of reason to want to whip their butts right here at Knoxville tonight, as the tag team titles for NWA RockyTop will be decided in this contest right here. Tony Basilio, the night of the champions, and we're going to crown our tag team champions here in this matchup.
Our second title match of the night, the X Division's already been decided. As one, Brad Thomas is your X Division champion. Now this for the NWA RockyTop Tag Team Championship. And the great thing about this federation is that there are several excellent tag teams here. We saw one earlier in the Turbinators. We've seen a couple of now. Jimmy Gibson's being chased around the ring. I'm telling you, Tracy Smothers wants a piece of him in a big-time way.
You're right about it, Tony, no question. And Smothers has got plenty of reason to be mad with Jimmy Gibson. But I bet you $1 to a dime, Ricky Morton's over there telling him right now, stay focused.
Yes, he is.
Dennis Condrey, Bobby Eaton, two double tough competitors, no question about that. Innovators, pioneers in the world of professional wrestling. Smothers has got to keep his focus on his opponents in the ring. Gibson's like a mosquito. He's just got to keep his eye on him, make sure he doesn't get bit.
As Condrey now staring at a couple fans at ringside. The original Midnight Express, Tracy Smothers Ricky Morton, Town and Country. What a great match here we have for you fans here on NWA Rocky Top's Night of the Champions.
Dennis Condrey in control of the side of headlock, at least he was for the moment. Comes off with a big shoulder block on Tracy Smothers. Tracy with a big arm hip toss takeover right there, and a hip toss on Bobby, and another one on Dennis as Smothers has got him rocking and reeling. Big hip toss there on Bobby Eaton once again. Tracy Smothers proving the ring general that he is. Bobby Eaton just walked into one from Ricky Morton right there. And I tell you what, Smothers and Morton have got the Midnights in trouble, but Dennis is coming back into the ring. Oh, he's complaining his tights were pulled. I mean, that's ridiculous. They were all clean hip tosses, Tony. You saw that.
One thing about Dennis Condrey, the guy's always thinking. Bobby Eaton, always thinking. And you've got over there Jimmy Gibson, who is always scheming. Just pure evil over there in that corner. As you hear right now, the fans with a chant of "Go Tracy, go," trying to encourage Tracy Smothers back from what was a terrible incident here on NWA Rocky Top a couple weeks back on a Saturday morning where he was burned about the face and about the hand from a flaming tennis racket from Jimmy Gibson, as now they're going to wind up Condrey and then give him a double tap. And now Eaton goes down as well. And who's the legal man in the ring? But for the first time this evening, none other than Ricky Morton himself.
Ricky Morton's got Dennis Condrey under control with an arm bar position. The crowd here chanting rock and roll, rock and roll. Smothers and Morton now have Condrey in the corner. Oh, Bobby Eaton got caught right there coming in as Tracy Smothers holds on to Dennis Condrey. Ricky Morton controlling the action. He's sneaking up on Eaton right there and caught Bobby Eaton again. I'll tell you what, Eaton better get out of the ring and wait till he gets tagged into the action legally before he gets himself seriously hurt. As Tracy Smothers has been tagged in, he's got Condrey now side headlock position. Condrey sends his man into the ropes. Tracy up and over on a leapfrog, and looked like Bobby caught him right there. Yeah, Bobby caught him from the outside. Now Smothers finds himself in trouble.
Look at that, working the arm over there. Bobby Eaton just ripped the arm of Tracy Smothers. There's already been so much on that left extremity. And look at him now as they continue now to work that left arm. Look at that, through the rope. Now he's gone through the second rope. And now rock and roll Ricky Morton being distracted. And Country Tracy Smothers. Look, they're unwrapping that bandage, Joe Wheeler. That same bandage that's there. Condrey's over there, or rather Eaton's over there. Look at, now they're going to try and, what are they going to do? Try and tie him to the ring? What are they going to do here now? This is a disgrace.
Ripping, pulling, tearing at that hand, applying any and all pressure that they can. Now Condrey biting the hand.
Biting the burn mark.
Absolutely disgusting. I tell you, the Midnight Express will do anything and everything they can to capture the tag team titles here in NWA Rocky Top. They're proving it right here as Bobby Eaton continues to rip and pull at the hand of Tracy Smothers. And again, he hands him off to Dennis Condrey while he distracts Ricky Morton. Referee Brent Strange, he's in between a rock and a hard place. He's got to get the legal man or the illegal man out of the ring. In the meantime, the punishment, the pain has already been inflicted on Tracy Smothers. And Bobby goes right back over, makes that tag, and in comes Dennis to work on Tracy Moore.
What they're doing. These guys are the Lakers in transition back in the 80s. These guys are Hall & Oates. They're Laurel and Hardy. They're a couple of the best duo that you'll see. They know what they're doing, but now it looks like they're going to allow this tag to occur as Tracy Smothers is in an excellent position. Can Tracy Smothers get to his feet? Can he get there to make this tag? As the original Midnight Express trying to gather themselves. Can Tracy get there? Condrey has a hold of the leg. Is he going to dive and roll? Yes!
He made that
Makes the tag.
Here comes Ricky Morton with a series of hard right hands on both the Rock and Roll members. He's dropping Bobby, he's dropped Dennis. Oh, there you go. Minds just met right there as Dennis and Bobby knock noggins right there. We've got a fight in each corner of the ring. Ricky Morton's got Bobby Eaton in one corner. Tracy Smothers has got Dennis Condrey.
Watch him, watch Gibson. Oh, watch Gibson.
Oh!
No!
Gibson just nailed Tracy Smothers with that tennis racket. Don't let it end this way.
Unbelievable.
The Midnight Express.
Unbelievable.
Has just captured the NWA Rocky Top Tag Team Championship. And they couldn't have done it without that rotten Jimmy Gibson at ringside and his tennis racket, Tony.
Now, I want to know right now what the Associate Commissioner of NWA Rocky Top is thinking. He saw him hit it with a tennis racket. Look at Condrey. Look at these guys. Eaton and Condrey walk out of here with 2 brand new commission belts. This is unreal tonight, as those dirtbags are going to walk out of here with a coveted championship in the sport of professional wrestling. They are your inaugural NWA Rocky Top Tag Team Champions.
They stole those titles, Tony, but they're theirs, at least for now. They better hold on to them near and dear.
And to hit him with a tennis racket of all things, what a disgrace.
Assistant Commissioner Rossi's out there at ringside. He's having a word with the referee. The problem is the referee's decision is final, though the commission can't overrule.
They can go home again. Jimmy Golden, you got to feel it tonight. You're excited about tonight. NWA, Rocky Top, Night of the Champions.
You got that right, Tony. We've been waiting a long time for this. You know what Pritchard's had to say about me, my family, the state of Tennessee, and everybody, and I'm going to make him eat them words. Because I'm Tennessee born and bred, brother, Dyersburg, Tennessee. Like I said before, Pritchard, you know nothing about these Tennessee people. You're just shooting your mouth off about something that you know nothing about. These folks got a lot of heart up here, buddy. I got a lot of heart. And I'm going to show you tonight what Tennessee people are made of, pal. I'm going to bring it to you, buddy. And we're going to see what you're made of. We're going to see if you bleed Texas red blood, pal. Because I'm going to get you in that ring, and I'm going to show you what Tennessee's all about. Rocky Top, baby. East Tennessee Heavyweight Championship is going to go around Jimmy Golden's waist. I've been looking forward to this a long time. I got cold chills running up my spine right now. And we're going to see what you're made of, Brother Pritchard. I'm going to see if you can back up all them bad words you've been talking about, pal. Lace them up tight, because we're ready for you here in Knoxville, Tennessee, Daddy.
You get the feeling that some sweet reckoning is coming the way of Dr. Tom Pritchard tonight on NWA Rocky Top Night of the Champions.
Tom Pritchard, tonight's the night. Knoxville, Tennessee, the Night of the Champions. All the talking's coming to a stop. You and Jimmy Golden in the ring. And, man, I hope you're ready, because I know Jimmy Golden is after some of the things you've done.
You hope I'm ready? You hope I'm ready? It's been a long time coming, Golden. Tonight, in the Expo Center, Knoxville, Tennessee, history is going to be made, because Dr. Tom Pritchard, the Texas heavyweight champion, is walking out the new East Tennessee Rocky Top heavyweight champion. And for everything I've done to you, Jimmy Golden, and for everything I've done to your family, it's all going to come to a head tonight for one special reason. One very special reason and one very special thought, Joe. I am a Texan. Everybody knows that the great state of Texas is the biggest one in the Union, and everybody knows that Texas is superior to anything, anybody in Tennessee. Golden, when we step in the ring in just a few short hours, I'm going to prove that fact, and I'm going to humiliate you again, right here in Knoxville, Tennessee.
There you hear it, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Tom Pritchard.
I am sick and tired of hearing about how game these boys from Tennessee are. Oh, and the neck breaker! And I'm sick and tired of hearing about the Golden family. I can spit on the great state of Texas. Because you're in Tennessee now, Jack. I'm going to show you, Jimmy Golden, and I'm going to show that punk nephew of yours, Eddie Golden. You want to step in the ring with a real champion? You want to step in the ring with a Texas heavyweight champion?
Eddie, we've already seen here early, Joe. These two guys, you've seen Eddie Golden hold his own here.
Look out. Oh, no! Devastating maneuver right there. Jimmy's left the broadcast position. Go down to ringside.
Oh, now he kicks Golden in the face.
You got a
bell ringing in the background.
Pritchard just broke a stick across the back of Jimmy Golden.
Unbelievable.
And now he's
unbelievable.
I got an exclusive for Rocky Top Wrestling. I had a private investigator go out and find something that I think everybody needs to see.
Oh, that's Jimmy Golden. You know your daddy's a famous wrestler?
You told nothing but lies about me and my family. That guy that you had out there is no kin to me whatsoever. It's got to be one of your jabronis from one of your collections.
That's prime cuts in gravy, JJ. Why don't you try some of that?
One thing I think the Tennessee people's got is heart that you know nothing about, Jack. I'm going to send you back to Texas with the Tennessee dog whipping that you deserve, pal. Tonight, in the Expo Center, Golden, you're going to be tired and worn because I'm going to take you all around that ring. You're looking at the next family and the first family to take over East Tennessee. They're fighting in the aisleway, Tony Basilio. They are going at it. Jimmy Golden and Tom Pritchard. The fight is on. NWA RockyTop Wrestling right here, baby. Heavyweight championship on the line.
Absolutely no weight, as you can see these two guys just going at it. Absolutely going crazy. Oh, and he throws him into the post. Gives a hard shot to the post. And then they scrap on the outside of the ring. And Jimmy Golden, look at the fans. Awfully close here. We need to get some order on the floor. Now slams him into a table at ringside. Jimmy Golden's all over him. He couldn't wait for Tom Pritchard. And Tom Pritchard couldn't wait for him. A lot of animosity, boys and girls, has just really been built into this. And you can see it as Tom Pritchard takes a right. And now another right. And it is pandemonium. Tom Pritchard's just getting it. And he's already cut. He's cut. Look at the blood. It's everywhere.
Jimmy Golden has come here to fight tonight, no doubt about it. And I tell you what, he is going to put a hurting on Tom Pritchard if he can at all possible do so. The blood's flowing in the early moments here at NWA RockyTop. And Tom Pritchard is paying for what he did to Bobby Golden just a few minutes ago.
And he is really bleeding. I mean to tell you. He is really bleeding.
Tom Pritchard is busted open, and Jimmy Golden is taking the fight right to him. Tom Pritchard deserved this. He deserved it for what he did to Bobby just a few minutes ago, and Jimmy's going to make him pay.
That's exactly right. And now a right hand, right in the center of that massive cut on the forehead of Dr. Tom Pritchard. He goes for the big ride one more time.
Tom Pritchard just got thrown out of the ring. Jimmy Golden just tossed him like he was tossing a sack of potatoes out of the ring. Tony Basilio and I standing on our table here at ringside to try to see the action in order to call it, as we've got chaos here in the Knoxville Expo Center, and Jimmy Golden is beating the Texas hide off of Tom Pritchard.
Pandemonium and blood everywhere at ringside. And Jimmy Golden now with the chain, with it wrapped around the neck of Tom Pritchard, who's bleeding like a stuck pig. And the blood of Tom Pritchard adorns the body of Jimmy Golden like a prize trophy. The hunter has come tonight, and he is hunting Dr. Tom Pritchard, who he slings back into the ring like a sack of potatoes. And Tom Pritchard has just lost all balance and all semblance of reality.
Tom Pritchard's lost a tremendous amount of blood here also, Tony Basilio, and that's going to inhibit him in a lot of ways. eyes as Jimmy Golden is jaw-jacking, telling him what it's all about, and he is taking it to him. Tom Pritchard swinging wild. This is like a barroom brawl on a Saturday night, baby, as Jimmy Golden has got Tom Pritchard under control once again, as the fans here in the Knoxville Expo Center are going absolutely nuts. Golden's got him set up here. Pile driver! Pile driver! Jimmy Golden just showed Tom Pritchard what a pile driver's all about. That was a Tennessee pile driver, Tony.
And a one. The official's been knocked out. Where's the official?
The referee has been knocked out. We have no referee. Robbie Race has come in. What in God's name?
Not this time, Race, as he's going to go up for the big ride. Here comes Robbie Race up for the big ride. And up, oh, he slips.
Chrissy Vane is over there trying to revive Tom Pritchard. I don't know how much of any good it's going to do.
Something around his foot. She's wrapped something around Pritchard's foot. Oh!
Sabat kick there by Tom Pritchard.
Illegal. Look, he's got something in his foot. That foot is loaded.
The boot is loaded, no doubt about it. Chrissy Vane slid in there, put something over the boot of Pritchard, and now she's trying to revive the referee.
It looks like she's going to be able to do it.
Don't let it end this way.
Two.
No, that's two.
It can't be. It can't be. It is. We've got a new champion, ladies and gentlemen.
This is robbery. Tony Basilio, this is armed robbery right here.
The lawlessness and rule breaking of Dr. Tom Pritchard on display tonight is incentivized as he is your new NWA Rocky Top heavyweight champion. He comes into Tennessee and he does it for Texas, and the fans are livid, Joe Wheeler.
No doubt about that. The people are on their feet here in the Expo Center. Tom Pritchard has just been presented that beautiful new gold belt, NWA Rocky Top Heavyweight Championship, Tennessee Championship, and this is absolutely despicable. I am absolutely shocked that this match has ended in such a way. Tom Pritchard struggles to his feet with both of those championship belts, not only the Texas title, but the Tennessee title. And Tony, I can't believe this is ending this way.
A total disgrace, Joe Wheeler. And Christy Vane, who he brought to ringside, making her debut. And you see the two of them now exiting. And Tom Pritchard, you gotta give it to him in his own way. The guy was cut, he was bleeding. But he walks out of here tonight victorious. And at the end of the day, all we're going to know is what's in the win column and what's in the loss column. And when he wakes up tomorrow, Joe Wheeler, as much as I hate to say it, as much as you hate to say it, these fans at ringside, as much as they hate it, this guy is going to be, when the sun comes up tomorrow in the east and it sets in the west, your NWA Rocky Top heavyweight champion.
Tony Basilio, we have been a part of history right here tonight in Knoxville, Tennessee with NWA Rocky Top Wrestling. And history unfolded in a manner I didn't think it would. I thought for sure Jimmy Golden was going to win that title. But I'll tell you what, it's a long, long way from being over.
and champions will be crowned. NWA RockyTop presents the Night of Champions. Brett Thomas versus John Noble for the X Division Championship. The Goldens versus the Turbinators in a grudge match for America's honor. The Midnight Express versus Tracy Smothers and Ricky Morton for the NWA RockyTop Tag Team Championship. And Dr. Tom Pritchard versus Jimmy Golden for the NWA RockyTop Tennessee Championship. The NWA RockyTop Night of Champions begins now.
And you see Thorne coming to the ring at this time. This is a young man who's already shown early on that if given an open door, if given a crack, he can take advantage.
No doubt about that, Tony Basilio. Thorne, a tremendous competitor, coming to us at about 230 pounds from Atlanta, Georgia. And Thorne is quite an innovative wrestler. I mean, I've seen him utilize some very unique holds. You could tell this young man, though he doesn't wrestle on the proper side of the rule book, if you will, certainly can, if he wants to, be very, very fundamentally sound. And it looks as though Filthy Rich Cabana is coming out to the ringside with him, Tony.
Well, Filthy Rich Cabana's got mental problems, first of all. But I will say this about both these guys. They're both excellent technical wrestlers. And you wonder what a guy like that young man could do if he got on the right side of the book, as you say. I think this guy could be an excellent wrestler. Oh.
Well, Filthy Rich Cabana and Thorne certainly not endearing themselves to the crowd here in Knoxville.
Filthy Rich Cabana with the blue blocker look. Now this young man right here, Sugar Shane Williams, who was just introduced, is a guy that I think is a real rising star. And there's a lot of rising stars in this federation, but this guy right here, it will be a household name in the world of professional wrestling before it's over.
Very, very bright future, no doubt about that, ahead of Shane Williams here in NWA Rocky Top. The crowd here in Kingsport responding very positively to this young man as he's making his way around ringside. And we've got a great opening contest here for the Night of Legends as Shane Williams is prepared to do battle against Thorne.
There is absolutely no question about it. And these people here in East Tennessee, in Knoxville, Tennessee, love their wrestling. As tonight, this is history right here. These two guys on this huge coming out party for NWA Rocky Top, the federation in existence now for a couple of months. Boy, the promoters, the folks involved have to be really encouraged with the crowd that's on hand tonight. And the type of wrestling that we will see this evening will also encourage the crowd that's on hand.
No doubt about that, Tony. And I tell you what, it's been amazing, the wildfire that has spread, not only through Tennessee, as I pause to listen to this great crowd on hand here in Knoxville, but the absolute wildfire that has run throughout Tennessee, throughout the Carolinas, throughout Virginia. Everywhere I go, it doesn't matter whether I'm in North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, all over the place. NWA Rocky Top is what people are talking about. This is the #1 rising promotion in the country right now.
Now, Joe Wheeler, you're a humble individual, and you're not going to say this, but I will. You are a noted name in the world of professional wrestling as an announcer. I've told people I'm working with you, and they say, Guy, you're studying with the best, and I believe that. Joe Wheeler, everywhere you go, and you told me this before we started tonight, people are buzzing about this form of wrestling, NWA Rocky Top.
No doubt about it, Tony, and you know, there's no question. I do travel extensively in the world of wrestling, and it is amazing. I am so excited to be a part of NWA Rocky Top. I know everybody in the back is excited to be a part of NWA Rocky Top. You know, it's just awesome, the response, the energy, the electricity that's right here in the Expo Center tonight as Shane Williams and Thorne are getting set to do battle. I mean, the energy in this building, Tony, is just off the hook.
And you can feel it right now as Shane Williams with the crowd on his side and in control here early on. But Thorne, a guy, again, you can't take him lightly. Toe hold takedown, and now snaps him down one more time. and working the arm. We already see him going to work on the arm.
Great fundamental technical wrestling there displayed by Shane Williams as he has got Thorne in an armbar position right now. Thorne's been able to make his way back to a vertical base. Going to try to create some separation here. Irish whip into the ropes. Williams ducks under his man right there and caught him right back into that arm drag takeover. Shane Williams sticking to a very fundamental and very sound strategy at this point.
And the arm drag takedown again is a move that a guy like him who knows what he's doing in the ring can execute and make it look pretty easy. As now you see Thorne trying to get the break. Doesn't, whips him into the rope as he's able to step over. And now Thorne again, one more time, is taken off his feet with the arm drag takedown. And you see early on Shane Williams in control.
Shane Williams keeping Thorne, keeping him grounded at least for the time being with that armbar position. It's a good strategy here, utilizing the techniques of the Anderson brothers back in the day. Pick a body part out, isolate it, and stay focused. Williams just went over right there.
Oh, no.
Right on to Filthy Rich Cabana, and that's what Cabana gets for being out at ringside.
Now the question is here in NWA Rocky Top, is that a DQ over the top rope?
I don't think it was intentional. You know, the referee has got a lot of discretion there as far as his call. We got a count and we got a 2 right there on Thorne as Williams right back up, right back into that arm drag. As far as the top rope, Tony, you know, the referees do have a lot of discretion as far as the disqualifications and that type of thing. Apparently he felt like the momentum carried him over, so he didn't see fit to stop the match at that point. You know, the referees have got a really tough job, but they do have a little play as far as discretion in their judgment calls.
Oh, look at that interference from Cabana on the outside. And now Shane Williams is in a world of hurt as he goes up and over one more time. Yama will be there on the big chop. And now look at Cabana over there working him over. Just absolutely all in a chop, and he's working him over. Right on the floor here at the Knoxville Expo Center.
Filthy Rich Cabana taking it to Williams right there. You're right, Tony. That was brutal out there on the floor. You got a 2-on-1 situation here. Shane Williams is fighting both guys. He's got Cabana on the floor. He's got Thorne in the ring. And now Thorne going for this modified surfboard maneuver right here. This is a modified surfboard, and it is excruciatingly painful.
Looked a little bit like a hybrid type camel clutch at first, but then he picks him up off the canvas and gets a 2 count, and that's all he's able to get as Williams is able to kick out and stay alive here early on. Match number 1, NWA Rocky Top Night of the Champions.
We got a long way to go, folks, and it's going to be an incredible ride, I can guarantee you, as this first match is setting a great pace for the rest of the night. Thorne got a 2 count right there on Shane Williams. As Williams is able to kick out, Thorne having a word with referee Thorne here, or Spur here. Williams has got his man rolled up.
Got him wrapped up. Oh, he's got a 5. Look at this. Oh, come on.
Referee was tied up with Rich Cabana right there, and Thorne just exploded on Williams with that big clothesline coming across right there. Williams is fighting 2 men out there, Tony.
He's fighting 2 men, and right now he's in a world of hurt. I'd love to see somebody come out of the back and give this young man a hand, because he has done enough thus far in this match to be victorious. But you see Thorne continue to work the neck region as he gets a warning from Spur, our official here in bout number 1 this evening. There you see Spur giving the business to him, but there goes Cabana one more time as he's prone on the rope, and now he's applying all kinds of torque to the neck region.
Absolutely despicable, as we got a cover and got a 2 count out of it right there. Somehow Sugar Shane Williams was able to kick out of that situation. Filthy Rich Cabana and Thorne operating as a great team here in what's supposed to be a singles contest, as Shane Williams ducked under that clothesline right there, but got caught and driven in a sidewalk slam. This could do it.
And he's able to kick out. So the side block slam, not enough to seal the deal early on here. How much, though, does Shane Williams have in him? In this crowd in East Tennessee, you can hear a few people trying to implore him to get up and continue to fight. They've got to appreciate the effort this guy has given thus far. As you see now, he's sent into the rope, but he's able to block it.
Williams blocked it. He's going into a backslide here, Tony, if he can get him over.
Can he get him over on the backslide? Yes, 1, 2, and no.
2 count only, and did you see how fast Thorne went right back on the attack? If you hate the guy, I can understand it because of his tactics that he utilizes in the ring, but you have to respect his ability as far as what he's doing, right back on his opponent and right back into a reverse chinlock position, wearing his man down. Good wrestling there. Whether you love him or hate him, it's good, sound strategy there, Tony.
And he stays on him with a low base. as he's really starting to hear it from the officials. And Cavanna over here as well, working the people on hand as well. And in NWA Rocky Top, they're not going to stand for rule breakers like this guy, as Williams able to get up and now is able to chop the abdomen, but no, he's thrown back to the canvas one more time. And this, my friends, right now is a match that could go either way.
Oh, either way in the blink of an eye, no doubt about that. Both men top competitors, top-notch young stars, rising young lions here in NWA Rocky Top. And Shane Williams just jacked his jaw right there with that boot. If Thorne's able to even get back to his feet, it's going to be a minor miracle. And Shane Williams now heading for that high-risk area. He's up to that second rope. It looks like he's going for the top as the Rocky Top chant rings through the Expo Center, and Thorne falls back into the rope, taking Williams down.
That's enough to make you want to sing like Michael Jackson, hee, as he feels it there. And now you see one more time, Thorne able to get up there, take one shot, another, and Williams is in a world of hurt. And what's he going to try to do? Is he going to go for a suplex from that second rope? Is he going to try to execute this early on? Yes, he gets him up and over. Imagine the torque and the impact there, the suplex from the second rope.
Superplex executed there. Both men laying prone in the middle of the ring. Both men feeling the impact of that. Though Thorne was the one executing the maneuver, he still took a tremendous amount of punishment when he took that fall to the canvas.
And you have to wonder at this point in the match to go for a move like that. To me, that shows a little bit of the inexperience of Thorne. Why would you want to take all that out of yourself?
Well, that's a great point there, Tony. It just goes to show he's willing to sacrifice himself in order to punish his opponent as they reverse the arm reversal right there into the ropes. And Thorne has got a sleeper hold on Shane Williams right here. He doesn't have it applied very well, Tony, but every minute, every second that he can hold Williams in this move, he's cutting the carotid artery off. He's cutting the blood flow off to the brain, and Shane Williams is slowly crumbling to the canvas.
You can see his face turning blue. As we look at that shot on the close-up, you can see Shane Williams' face turning a lighter shade of pale what was that group that sung that, Joe Williams? Help me out here. A lighter shade of pale. Come on, Procol Harum back in the day. At any rate, though, it doesn't matter what tune it is, because Williams right now is fighting another song, and that's Get Back on Your Feet, and he's back on his feet again.
Back on his feet and got caught right there, right back into that sleeper hold. Oh, beautiful jaw jacker right there by Williams on Thorne as he broke that sleeper hold with a jaw jacker. Now is the time. The momentum's turned. Williams has got to make the most of it, and Rich Cavanna running over to help Thorne.
Rich Cavanna saying something into the ear of Thorne. Maybe they're going to try and set Williams up. Who knows? But he's prone against the ropes, is Thorne, as Williams able to work him. But now a reversal as he's whipped into the ring and up and over one more time. But he tries the shoulder block. Shoulder blocks him again in the abdomen. Now he's going to roll